Good morning. Welcome to my altar. Welcome to Monday. What are the frequencies for this week? The frequencies for this week are about accountability. Their accountability for self. And how you are a friend to self. What does this even mean? To be a friend to self is to hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable to the ways in which you show up to your life, to your relationships, to your presence as a human being. It's easy to pass the blame. It's easy to say, they did this. Yeah? Or that experience was this. But how did you show up to that? And how did you show up to that? And it's not about not recognition of this external thing and I reacted this way, or we're going to say influenced that reaction within me. And also it always comes back to us. Meaning we have a choice in how we show up and react to what has occurred. I recently went on a camping trip. It was awesome. Found some new delicious spaces, which I'm so very excited to explore even more. But we showed up late, which was fine. I knew we were showing up late, and the campsite we were supposed to go to was completely full, and so we ended up having to find a different space. And my brain can shut down once I get tired, right? There are external factors to how we're reacting, how we are acting, how we are showing up. And we can still hold ourselves accountable to speak what is happening, to show up potentially in a different way, right? So mine used to be to shut down and get a little aggressive. Not aggressive, yeah, a little, but aggressive in the sense of, fine, it doesn't matter. I'll just do this. And then diminish myself, and then be the martyr, right? Past practice, yes. That's what had happened. There are reasons for that. There are reasons why I had shown up in that way. So then to recognize those reasons and be like, okay, so I could feel it coming on. This trip easily. I was like, oh, and then it was like, no, change my tone. And then voicing, hey, I'm feeling stressed out. I'm experiencing stress in this moment, and I'm experiencing this within inside myself. And then either I need this right now. I need a pause. I need some food. That's a big one for me. I need some fluids. I need just 5 minutes of not, just to take a pause and figure this out, right? Within myself. And so that's taking accountability for self. That's also being a friend to self. If we have a very close friend and they're like, hey, I see that you're feeling stressed out right now, or I see that this experience is creating this within you, because it can also be with joyful experiences as well. All of a sudden, you have this great joyful experience happening, and then other pieces of self get pushed to the wayside, or for some people, they're just like, oh, and it doesn't matter, I can do this thing and I'll deal with that other thing later. But really, if they had taken the pause to breathe, they're like, yes, this dopamine hit feels really good. And also, my morals and values are still this. And so to not let that dopamine surge, that hormonal surge take over. So this is the week of accountability of self. I invite you to consider something that recently has happened that maybe didn't feel so good on the other side, or during, or that you're like, you know what? I'm placing a lot of outward blame either in my head or verbally about or towards what was happening around me. Yes, I recognize maybe I was hungry, and that's what we've been holding accountable. I was hungry, I was tired, there was this, and this. And this is how I could show up differently, or this is how I could hold compassion for that other side. Could I see the other viewpoint, or was I just blaming, shaming, guilt, right? This is the week of accountability of self, being friend to self. I haven't pulled a card on here in a while either. So let's do. So I usually do at the beginning of the week for myself, Monday, Atudonamasaki. So this is the Likely Tarot, Katudonamasaki. I got it from a lovely friend. So now I need to ask, because I was talking about myself pulling a card, is this for me? Or is this for the collective? So this is for the collective. Atidodabasaki, Akurata yeah. This is the Queen of Swords. And let's look at the book. I love this book because it gives questions too. So, Queen of Swords. The Queen calls to the intellect and the writer within. They tell you to remain committed to the truth in thought and speed, holding yourself accountable. Truth, right? Even if the truth reflects back on you poorly, or you're like, oh, yeah, I did that. That's still truth, and that's important. That's how we grow. This card does not like to leave room for wavering. Communicate. That was bad. Emphasis. This card does not like to leave room for wavering communications. Instead, pushing you to be forthright, true and honest with your thought and your speech. There's no room for nonsense in this Queen's court. Oh, here we go. Where can I provide more sincerity? Look to the animal spirits of bear and elephant this week, and the plant spirits of violet, narcissus, aloe, and mugwort. Which is very interesting, that mugwort. I had no idea. Oh, I love this! Because this Friday, we were holding a frequency bath. Me and the Cosmic Messenger, Derek Pennant, are having a frequency bath for the Mayan Day Out of Time. And we're going to be journeying with mugwort. I'm going to be doing guided journey through mugwort with mugwort. And there's still spaces left. Oh, how perfect. Divine. Love it. Right? So how can you show up with more sincerity about self, not towards self and towards self, but about self, and being like, oh yeah, I did that. That wasn't my best self, or that wasn't my favorite self. Because sometimes we're not in our best selves, but that wasn't my favorite self. What could I have done differently? How can I show up? How can I support myself in the future? How can I ask for support of self and of other, and communicate what my needs are? And then see if you can incorporate that this week. Notice yourself in a situation, going, wait, am I getting worked up? Or am I diminishing myself? And how can I show up more as here-centered self? And lots of times that literally comes from expression of, this is how I'm feeling, this is what my need is. And being honest, even if you don't know what your need is, this is how I'm feeling right now. Oh, okay. Versus like, yeah, it's fine. Oh, yeah, it's fine. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you for joining me at my altar this morning. It is time now to dive into my day. And I'm sending you love. And if you need support, guidance, please reach out. I am here. Okay. Bye for now.